Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever we're in the world. This is now VOS communication, transmission to the rest of the world. And for one who are familiar with the show, when I know say it's a live show, it's interactive, so people can call live or send in written comments and participate in the discussion where they go on. We get a distinguished guest today, but I will leave that for my co-host to do the introduction of the guest. But as usual, you get me, Mohammed Shillon, coming to now from the great state of North Carolina, USA. Then you get Mr. Victor Mengot, my co-host, where they come from now, from Surrey, England. And then, of course, this production is coming to now from Canada, where we get the able, wonderful producer who manages to keep us in line and make sure say everything goes smoothly. So welcome to all. We can always tune in, take time. I've always said any minute spent in listening to us could be a minute spent listening to other items, issues around the world. Because there is so much going on around the world, and there is so much going on in our own country. And this show is being broadcast mainly because in Creole, mainly because we have to get to the heart and soul of the people in there. So we try not to say them in English, although we lose audience that way because there are a lot of people from other countries we know we personally and know we professionally. They'll call on some of us and say, I saw you on TV, but I couldn't understand what you're saying. But primarily the show is not being broadcast for them, not for we local people them. So as when we regular listeners, when I know say we get various platforms with the launch we and with the, from where people are able to reach us worldwide. So starting with let me say the VOS television, we get YouTube, we get Facebook, we get former Twitter, when X, all these platforms then they carry live. Then in addition to that, we get the VOS TV website, we get the VOS radio, we radio station at Freetown, where anybody want to listen to we, maybe you the drive, or you visit somebody else, you not get access to telephone, you not get access to computer, but you can listen to we over the radio. And that one day, the radio, 91.9 FM. As I can always say, that radio there, you get for download we app, VOS app, the VOS television app. Without downloading the VOS television app, there is a high chance you're not going to be able to get to it because there are 91.9 FMs in different places, particularly in North America. So please, if you want to listen to this show on the radio, download, go to the Apple App Store and download, or the mobile App Store and download We app, one of the VOS television app. That way there you can able to get to the radio station, 191.9 FM. So please don't forget that. The Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. The Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, either way you look at it. So if you download that, you can able to get to it on the radio. And like I say, go on VOS Television, on Facebook, you will get to it. VOS Television on YouTube, you will get to it. Twitter, VOS Television, you will get to it. And also the radio, you can go on vosradio.com, you will get to it. So in addition to that, there is another platform called Twitch, TWITCH TV. You will also get to in Twitch television. Last but not least, we also get, oh no, that's not last but not least, a couple of items. We get to the VOS Diaspora Helping Hands. VOS Diaspora Helping Hands, a non-profit organization that gives scholarship to young people in Sierra Leone. We get the ability we not get the financial ability, but get the ability for go continue schooling, but they don't get the financial ability to push them. So we do some fundraising with them through this show on a regular basis, and you will go on, if you want, you can go on a VSdiaspora.org, VSdiaspora.org, and you will be able to get access to that non-profit organization. They would raise money. So no amount is too small, no amount is too large for contribute, just in case you're interested in helping the young people we want for continuing education, but then people do not get the financial means for push them forward. Now, on the telephone worldwide, we not say you get for use we app. I mean we WhatsApp. Sorry. So we WhatsApp now +1 343 997 5828 +1 343 997 5828. If you go on there, no matter where you're doing at the world, I'm sure you will get access to we. So with that said, let me turn it over to Mr. Victor Mengot, my co-host. We go open the show for we, and then I will tell you which are the issues that we'll get to deal with today. To you, Mr. Mengot.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Shilon. And today, Famulem, we get a very big guest now we show. But this is not the first time they appear. Ebinon Kanaya and a voice where all man know, Madam Femi Claudius Cole. One of the few ladies them where they lead the political space. And today, Wale can join we for look at the baby thing the way they happen in the country, in the politics of Sierra Leone. For instance, when they look at issues for deal with the Pprc, waiting at the Pprc, that is the Political Party Regulatory Council, when a body where they for deal with all political party affairs. And it was created by an act of parliament. And what I say, what it for do, basically, the role of that Pprc is for promote peaceful political engagement. You know, let all what they do, let clear and open. If I make sure say everybody take part, regardless of whether you're a woman, you're a man, you gender, you religious. Then if also able to help the parties, them political parties, then they come for support government and for form government, for let them communicate to the public and represent the people. Now make sure at times where then they talk in some countries, then they talk about representation of the people. Because them people here when we leaders them, now the political party them, now them they talk for the people them. So go look at the Pprc when at the overall body. And Madam Cole go tell me about in experience, especially during the last election, where for no reason, then decide say, this woman will not go allow me. You know, and instead seek judicial review. Because they can say, whatever the case, go to the justice system. My colleague, they always talk about misapplication of the judicial system. We go also look at this wonderful Tripartite Agreement. When are the two big parties then go make agreement, then later when they're not done, and that's then they call small party. We they look also with the marriage for being a free now the election. Where if in contact Madam Claudius Cole as a leader of the party, he go tell you your experience. Then we will go much on the constitutional review, thing the way they affect the small party them. Like when they talk about, say, if they not win 2 elections for pool and commodity, let them not participate. We also they look at this PR system and force the post. Because when they introduce the proportional representation system, they may say it go bring more smaller parties them, but not to that we see. And then finally, we go talk about the future of politics in our country. Because in other countries that we know about in Africa, namely in Kenya, in Liberia, in Gambia. Now, when political party then come together, what you call political alliance, and then they form government, we will see will be attempt for do that. Like when they can call our ambassador together, all man together come, we will get cop. When Madam Cole be in the head. But after that, then they collapse. And waiting at the reason why it collapse, he could tell me. And if there's a future for political alliance. So with that introduction there, Madam Cole, welcome to the show. You can start with this big body where they call Pprc. And this what motto in I get and how in I go and all this thing.
Well, the point of 2023 to now, I can honestly say there has been some progress in the relation between the Unity Party and the Pprc. And I will actually put a lot of that down to the change in the mortal man where they head Pprc. What happened in 2023, for me, take tomorrow a mystery. Because we don't ever get a letter where say, Unity Party, una don't violate, una not a contest. It was through social media. By we exclusion inside a lot of the processes. Now there we know say, we name not there, we name not kaya. And so we take no say, we had been excluded by default. And we went to convention, we had lower level elections where there be no vote. They get all the letters of invitation. We are very particular about we will book. Where we can let her go, we not they play with we will book. And that was part of our evidence. When we realized that we were excluded, we went to court. And the memorandum of understanding that had been signed was that political cases, electoral cases, should be speedily heard. We had a watertight case. The evidence was insurmountable. 2.5, almost 3 years later, now the case came up. We first few visits to court, Pprc not even turn up safe. When we go court now, we've been they go court steadfastly. We went at least 2 or 3 times. The third time Pprc not turn up, and Adrian Fisher simply stopped. You know, it just halts the case. He said we not get for can court in a writing judgment. It took him almost 3 years. When he finally writes the judgment it's in the public. He finally said to the effect of we can't go to the wrong court, blah 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 blah. Unity Party for pay 30,000 leons cost. You never heard the case. How did you adjudicate the case? So we decided, say, let's go as far as we go able for go. So within the appeals process, from we get for go to the Supreme Court, I think we will go. Because it's now on the principle of it, whether we get the justice that we should or not. But when it delayed, and justice delayed, everybody knows say, now justice denied. After 3 years, now that time you finally write you and the judgment he wrote, I mean, for any legal person where sit down and really look at all the evidence we present was questionable. Make a dust talk and so that be politically correct. The judgment been questionable, but now make appeals process D. So in fact, we have a new set of lawyers who are handling the whole appeal and progression of the case. But justice in Sierra Leone, I'm not going to say molasses, I'm not going to say snail space, but it is so slow. It is almost equivalent to it being denied. But I did go through the process because tomorrow they will say, well, you know go court? You know can go court? That means to say you accept the judgment. So that part of the case they did in the legal system. But since then to now, they get a new chairman. And I don't interact with the chairman. I got a letter to meet with him. And in my letter, I basically say, I don't want what happened in 2023 for upping back. So I want the issues and be very clear. I want all the processes and be very clear. So we get a meeting, we submit releases for the office because that was one accusation that was false. So we don't get offices there no side, and we have offices outside. Where we mandated forget. I'm not saying every district too, every Sirewe mandated, Potloko, Bo, Kenema, McKinney, and Freetown. We get offices them. So we don't care all releases. And the evidence, the things the way Unity Party they do for stay and be in compliance, it will be amazing for let them go public for show which political parties are in compliance. Because there was a time when me and then a PPRC they go na media, then they say one thing, we they say another thing. But luckily, the development of the website is almost completed. So all those documents are going, they go day for public scrutiny, public criticism, public advice, and public support. So all that they go day on for let people then see say we are trying and must be in full compliance. Not so before them blow whistle. Now, right now. So as I say, with the new chairman in the PPRC, I've noticed a different way of interacting, at least with the Unity Party, which I appreciate. And in anything, you know, I can look even this war where they go on now. I say at the end of the day, despite where so many people they got all lost their life, it has to come down to negotiation around the conference table. Then one thing where I really don't learn is that no matter what, when I get for end up for sit down and talk. No matter how person feel say you get the power, person feel to say that person there is small, insignificant, in what they do not matter, Unity Party not to nothing, and Femi Claudius call in one grain, all that one day, now the narrative we then try for pump out. So for we don't make up say we they take with time, we do with due diligence. And 2028 with the contest. Elect them put the nomination fee to they put her in Japanese yen. Will they find the money will they pay with the contest?
Okay, Mr.
Yes, Mr. Shilon. Mr. Shilon, do you want to continue on this?
Yeah.
Because we see say the PPRC, just for what you want to put in context, if you look at what's in the PPRC role, now then they register and deregister political party, and then they settle inter-party disputes. Then this issue of sanctions, we don't see say, because we'll ask you, because one time in there you get the PPRC Act, then the two big boys them, the red army and the green beret, then we go sign an MOU. What's in that place of MOU? We say if any of them party member or anybody else say something will for affect the peace process, or within a new lawyer, within they talk about cyberbullying, cybercrime, cyber trolling, and all that thing and they. So with that thing and they, how you see and say the PPRC fear in executing the mandate, and also they make sure say all political party maintain level playing field in terms of dealing with the governance structure, then at the electoral management body, and the people their way, then they hope for put them into office.
And you know, at the answer your question, for go around a roundabout method a little bit, there will be sense in my madness. Even when then they do this new amendments to this constitution, on many media platforms, then I say if you they make a law, good law, a bad law will always come back to haunt you.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is a need. This one where they can say Salone na two party no more, na two party no more. That is the danger that we are seeing now. That is the biggest danger. The exclusion from Unity Party, from the Tripartite and other opposition parties, and exclusion from Unity Party in many things that they agree to, when some things and they were there inside the Tripartite recommendations that came as a shock to me. If me be sit down at that conference table day, so what then thing and the whole of public for don't know, we know they know last minute to go. But there were only two political parties. The two elephants were the only ones in the room. And delicate today, the grass and they suffer. So our inclusion in some of this decision making is critical, not just for Unity Party, but for political party where sometimes delay it. Sometimes for party where nobody know the dream say go can't take power tomorrow. But they've made laws now we don't turn to straight jacket. And one way I can confess to you, say, me not be no say they inside the tripartite was the search and nomination committee. I not be no say, now that composition there, if you are saying such a nomination, but it was created and sanctioned by both political parties, the APC and the SLPP. So what we they see now, even before we come on live, so I was listening to this young man in program where they talk with the Deputy Speaker of Parliament and Timbo. And I'm thinking to myself, say, this is not the problem when you constrict the democratic space. Now this is not the problem. So between una two, because una feel to say una are the two big political parties with the clout, there is no reason why, thinking that we came out of that election day, there was a where me and Dennis Bright were instrumental in the success of hope. Where una no fit even in the back channels say, look, we no say una part or una not the part of the tripartite. But now this and this, you know what I mean? Because they can say one man says no to sense. We were excluded completely. Completely. So we end up now with a situation where the PPRC powers that are not commensurate, as far as I'm concerned. You cannot be the judge, you be the jury, and you be the executioner. You cannot. And now that's not happening now. Now then go determine the severity of the crime for determine the amount of the fine. But we were not at the table. The way the political situation they go right now, it is being even more constricted. So you have things that are not clear. That are not clear. Whereby certain, even if them want pass that kind of law day, you get for put provision there inside there for say, if the person is on the executive, you do this, one punishment. If na supporter where you not sabi in name, sometimes you not get membership card in order to renew, it is this. Do you know what I mean? There must be parameters whereby the punishment will fit the crime. Again, the both political parties fail for things. Say it is coming up to 2028 election. All my one push himself, all my wale himself win. So there's going to be toxic conversations that people will not have control over. Bitman and Godena corner, they create lyrics, and the party becomes responsible. So you know what I know they can't take on a platform for advertise myself. I beg pardon. If I do it, it is unintentional. But there comes a point where we have something. We have, and for me, I can always talk and say the problem with Sierra Leone politics is the exclusion of women. I know they say women are not corrupt too. But in excluding women from our politics, we're doing ourselves a disservice. Because some things and the way you they see from a different perspective. Today, where I listen to the interview, me at the poel, me at the end for 2028. I listen to Honorable Tawa. I listen to Usman Timbo. And I think to myself, where do the people come in all of this? Inside the people they. When our parliamentarian, they virtually claim, say, you don't get nothing for do with them. Parliament don't do it in parliament for do. It left to the executive. In that case, we need to really look at who and who we send to parliament. I and they look me at the AB and able to move. So
yes, Mr. Shilon.
PPRC
After this, you
has PPRC in power now is limitless. It is limitless. And the bigger the party, the less control you have on your members. What they sing, how they dance, what they say. Anything you do now can be construed as incitement. It can be misconstrued as bullying. So for me, the conversation that we should be having now, I'm not sure if me in the parliament, me being for say to me members them, unale we boycott. I'm not sure. Because if I dey boycott, I forget an end game. Waiting now we end game. We for no say usa we power day. When I dey listen to Tawa, it dey talk plainly for the APC MP then say, if una let una not come back, if una parliament say continue, we will take all the decision once we get 1 quarter. So you ask yourself the question, so where do the people come in? The one the way una supposed for the make
represent
oversight for, yes, the one the way una for the protect we lives, and then they have the full confidence that they are going to win. Jesus.
well.
Let
me interrupt you a minute, Madam Cole. The thing here, when we see based upon all what you just said, so there, for better or for worse or for whatever limitation it may have, you get the judiciary. That's what politically, governmentally, that's why you have three arms of government. Mm-hmm. So when, based upon the issues that we raise, because if you now raise them at the appropriate forum, you by implication waive them. And what is the appropriate forum? The appropriate forum are the courts. Knowing full well that the courts may be ineffective in dealing with the issue, but nonetheless, that's what you have. So you don't want, by implication, waive that right there by not filing whatever grounds. For example, I take, for instance, where you say your party was, the unit party was excluded in 2023 because notices were not appropriately served. In fact, say we will not even get, you were excluded by default somewhat.
Yes.
So my situation with that, the appropriate step for, I may sound naive, but the appropriate step will have been to acquire an injunctive relief. Because you go to court, you get an injunction, because based on the basis of an injunction is to tell the court irreparable harm will be done to one of the parties. Therefore, we want the court intervention until such time that the matter can be dealt with on the merit. So I say, yes. What you see back home, I not see too much injunctive relief being sought by the lawyers then back home. I may be wrong. Instead of going to court and trying to deal with the merit, ask for injunctive relief first. Procedurally, that's the only thing that means to say the courts them for the litigants them for do. So you can correct me. Not if we're just going to court and want the court for deal with the merit of the case, then the court begins subject to them procedural technicalities by saying, well, we're not calendar aid for the hearing. No, injunctive relief, you get it in a matter of minutes, because all you do, you get for sure, irreparable harm will be done. There's not enough time to deal with the merit of the matter. The court need to intervene and put everything on hold. If we get a good system, that's the way it should proceed.
Hold it there. Perfect. Say again. If we what?
If we get a good system.
What,
yeah. Yeah.
I say no more.
See? Well,
I
this
say
is the
no.
thing. You are right, because the thing I get.
Because what you they say so, it's a fact. But you've ground it all up by if we have a system that works the way it is designed to work. It don't done because now you talk so. And when those MOUs and stuff were signed, it was on the clear understanding. People then come, then spend their money, then can do workshop and all things. Those MOUs were signed. That anything we get for do with electoral process should be speedily handled.
Well, that's
if that had been, and they can. So if we don't get that understanding, we know say this issue was an electoral issue of urgency. But what you don't say? Me anything I talk now no more like gas. You say if we have a system that works.
So I'm amazed. Okay, I'm amazed when you say Justice Fisher, after the respondent, I assume not the defendant in this instance, where you bring the matter up. I don't know how they go style them, but then for be respondent, since now you bring the issue up as to you party being excluded, Justice Fisher should have seen on the face of una complaint as to if he say they render a decision in absentia meaning with the PPRC not showing up at all, under normal procedure, the judgment should have been without a doubt against PPRC because they failed for kind of courts.
Sir, I want beg you. I want beg you. With time at this program, illimited.
Okay.
Waiting with the do so now, we are having basically a futile discussion. For leather case, they go na court that day. It was Edwards who was still CJ. I had to go and see him personally. I go meet Babatunde Edwards in my office. So, you know what?
So the system is broken. So where are we heading with this?
You know, not today we they know. But let me talk about that thing. Because the system, you've already said it, you've encapsulated it. This is not for normal common on a show with that high blood pressure. The systems and the institutions do not function the way they should. That is obvious, evident. You don't need me for carry for tell you that. And the reason we make are not left. I could easily have thrown my hands up in the air and say, I can't fetch them. No, but let the judicial system speak for me. And then go come where we go do an overall review of judicial policies and procedures in Sierra Leone, where they go use me on case of Unity Party as a case study. To see, is it political influence? Is it political favor? Is it political instructions? Is it malfunction of the judicial system? I'm not going to diagnose because I won't be able to treat. If I am in power, I can treat. I go be the doctor way men got one for labi. But I think this is a futile waste of the public where they listen to read and tell. They all know where they listen, so there's a bit judiciary. So man get case na court, it don't they 7 years. It don't they 7 years. So it's not my word against anybody else's. It is clearly evident. It is clearly evident. The judicial system is broken. And it will take leadership to fix it.
If I may say this, it's just like a vehicle. If the system, one of the wheels of a democracy, the judicial system is broken, we can never get it to be operable unless we get it right. You can't get 4-wheel motor car, 1 wheel, 2 wheel not work, then you say you want to let the motor car run right. There's no way, it's impossible. So we therefore do the whole thing holistically.
I agree with you.
You know? So
you have my vote. You have my vote. You gave me vote.
But last but not least, or at least for now, we will talk about all this thing about the system. So your case still there pending in courts. This is 3 years later. Okay?
Yes.
So then the question becomes, what are they waiting for? Because to me, it's such a simple issue. So if it is a case of political interference, I think the judiciary, because I mean, I don't see any complicated legal issue here for this is not a matter that should have even gone to the Supreme Court or to a higher court, beyond high court.
You not go Supreme Court here too. That's not what I said. You not go there. I agree with you. I am appeals.
Oh, go to appeals court. Go to appeals court.
I agree with you. I am totally in agreement with you.
Yeah. And that's not even a wise use of judicial time, because the issue no call for that. Now, Justice Fisher, and I can respectfully say, I'm not going to even say make a mistake, because he must have known what he was doing. You don't give judgment against the party will show up in favor of the party will not show up in a court. Under no circumstance should that happen.
Say it again. Say it
not
loud.
Not once, not twice. I mean, it casts a very bad shadow on the profession and the judiciary. So the judges have to be mindful in their extraordinary effort for protect the government, then for also be mindful of the image and the create of the judiciary, of which I'm part of the profession. So it's kind of hard for me to even understand that kind of a maneuvering there, But so the tripartite thing.
Talk less of me, we're not a lawyer. Talk less of me, we're not a lawyer. So, and we are in the majority who have I can even claim a little legal knowledge from yesterday to today. What of those who have none? I mean, let us go back. Let me go back even, because, but I've made up my mind. I'm going to be the mouthpiece for the party. And that's it. When it comes to these issues.
Okay, we get so many things for talk.
Yeah, Mr. Mengat, go ahead.
Mr. Shilon, do you want to continue?
No. Go ahead. I want you to participate.
Okay.
I don't want to dominate.
No, I mean, this thing will gladly way we don't get clear. And what we don't see in a saloon, we don't see what we call musical chairs that take place now. Boku side them, especially the judiciary. Because you remember, you talk about, you meet with Justice Babatunde Edwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now, in the Chief Justice, now being the Chief Justice and non-puller, we also don't get a new Minister of, we don't get a new Attorney General and Minister of Justice. And this is a young man where a lot of people, they expect much from him. And one of the key things where they are grown now this tripartite. And how in they deal with them. So for take a break, because in this program, we like show evidence and analysis of what in them they say. Because some of them government people here who can call in and will show, they know they come. And we also, we they deal with, as we say, a constituent very important in the country. The diaspora, because I can see from the diversity, you there now in Chicago, Mr. Shilon in North Carolina, me there UK, we produce at the Canada, we get people in Australia. So let's get for continue this program. Let's producer put something where the Chief Justice say, the Attorney General say about this tripartite.
The report where we deal with, where the trial take to completion, now the process with former President Nkrumah been set up. So for say the APC not get input into this, it not go be true.
The main opposition party, the APC, don't they express concerns that their views them not be heard, and there's this regarding views and aspirations in terms of the input on the constitutional review process?
Well, one of us who don't start that process there already, right? Since when I've been deputy minister, I've been on the leader engagement because I've been the manager from that point and then move them into this office. But we don't get meetings with civil society, right? We don't get meetings with parts of the media. We don't get meetings with political parties. By the way, when Pprc convened the meeting, all political parties, all 17 political parties, they get at least 2 people at the meeting. In fact, the APC, they get 3 persons at the meeting. We say, and we explain the process. We make them understand what this means. And when they say they're not going to make input into it, first make we not say the report what we deal with, what the travel take to completion, now the process with former President Nkrumah been set up. So for say the APC not get input into this, it not gonna be true because when former President Nkrumah set up the current Constitutional Review Committee, the current Constitutional Review Committee actually they get 80%. The APC be represented, SLPP be represented, market women represented, civil society represented, media represented, and then if you check the data shows say the current Constitutional Review Committee undertake over 10,000 public consultations in this country. It received more than 150
the opposition parties still express concern, so they have not been included up to this point.
Well, so at the camp, the current committee received over 700 position papers, including from the APC, right? So so input been only from that 10 day. Now, as to the involvement of the APC in taking this process forward, I will tell you one thing. When I've been get meeting with them, 17 political parties who say APC been get 3 representatives, other political parties we are fully represented. We talk say that just the beginning. We're going to we plan for roll this out in a structured way. So yes, I will tell you, say in the coming weeks, we get meetings with the leadership of Parliament, and that are both APC and SLPP. We get meetings with political parties. And nothing say the APC are the main opposition. There will be actually more emphasis and engagement with them because this is something that we can accomplish together. I like for say, people can say the problem we're getting at this country has to continuity not in government. Discussions with me and my brothers and sisters and APC don't they get that we can actually make this an example of continuity in government. Something we late President Kaba starts, right? After the TRC make the recommendation. And then it continue under the government of former President Nkrumah. And then now it continue under the government of President Bill. The only thing is that President Bill make a commitment, say, in one transition this to another government. We're not for the Indian reforms here, so in perpetuity. So we go do our own part for make sure, say, we take this process here so to completion. But I like to make emphasis to people and say, this not a new process where President Bill creates. This is a process. We don't start from late President Kaba, but really the report we would use. Now the report will come out of a process set up by former President Nkrumah. Now that's then what it take to completion.
Well, Madam Cole, this man say a lot of things now. Which I will clarify. Number one, this now about the constitutional review. He say one. In being get meeting with the political parties them. And I'm sure you are a political party who go and know when you get an engagement day, what you tell them and whether he consider in our own side of it. The other two we talk about,
No, go ahead.
he talk about the Kawa reports. I'm sure because what's in the happen when it suits them, then they refer to the Kawa report. Yeah. And when it suits them, they move forward and talk about tripartite. Then we also get issue for deal with everything for do with this constitutional review in terms of, then they talk about 17 political party, but then again when they ready and tell you about 14, say 12 back the government, 2 not back, and I believe say one of the 2 na your own party. So these are something we are clarify for we. If Mr. Sheila want to ask question, Mr. Sheila lead this process because some of these things get legal connotation. So over to you, Madam Cole. Mr. Sheila, you want to say something before Madam Cole give you
I want to ask one simple question. Since you said and consult all the parties, and since you get Madam Cole now, and Madam Cole now head of a political party, were you consulted by listening to the Attorney General? Let me consult you.
All right. Now let's tell you now how this process done the work. And Mr. Mengot, you picked up something that is very key. When they're ready, then say the rules that they put inside this new amendment now for political parties, they will not win election, blah, 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 blah. They have a strategy embedded in this new thing, how then they pull political party, then reduce the number of political parties. Then, when it comes to now for install the chairman of ECSL, they are happy to shout that 12 political parties are in favor. Only 2 political parties are not in favor. They have a lot of meetings. We've had a lot of meetings. The last meeting where I attended was not with the AG. It was with someone from the Tripartite Committee, where it was supposed to be, it was labeled an update into the accomplishments or the interventions or something for showing how far they don't accomplish the recommendations in the tripartite. Now, in the tripartite, all man will say it was only APC and SLPP. But when they reach now for let them discuss the things that were there inside the tripartite, they call political parties. Unity Party, and nothing could ever miss any. Whether me or Miss Secretary General, we attend. But the last one that I attended, sometimes I don't attend. My other executive members will attend. Sometimes I do attend. But the last one where I attend, now it strike me as the most significant to this conversation. And we were talking purely on those recommendations that impact the electoral process and political parties. We sat through Golokata, name, Mr. Golokata. We sat through his presentation. Then call we all. We go Buffet's Hotel. This is the format. Then give we rest, fried rice, cassava leaves, then feed we. Good. Beautiful. Then do this presentation on these recommendations. That takes a while with slide everything. But one thing struck me, one thing they will strike me. Where it reached to question time. Let me first put my hand up. It talk again, say, then get this website. Anything where you want to know, but how far with the tripartite for going at the website. I was sit down there, now put the website in my phone. I go to this website. That was when I knew that this whole thing about the tripartite appears to be more of a scam. That's when this not be it all. Appeared to me to be something of a huge scam. As they reach for ask question, what puts me hand up now? See, I said I am disappointed. I am shocked. I said you have done this lengthy presentation, but there's one thing. Then when they done, the political party that will be there, I don't know if we been reach 15 or how many. May not look, cannot count. Everybody burst into applause. I said we are clapping. What are we clapping for? I said this entire presentation, not one of the recommendations has been completed. Coming up to 3 years post the tripartite signing. Not one, you go say, has been completed. You go through the motions as if you are engaging the public as if you are listening to the public. But when the public tells you what you don't want to hear, like where we go, the team where they say the religious council said they want first past the post. The paramount chiefs said they want first past the post. The civil societies came out, 56% wanted first past the post. 33% wanted a blend. 17 or 10% wanted PR. That truth was inconvenient. So now when I say Kawan report, we go back to Kawan. We go back to the Kawan report. The Kawan report say PI. So we are talking, but they are not listening. They are listening, but they're not the Yeriwi. So some of these meetings, we were there. The biggest takeaway from the meeting that day, because it is a talk shop, not a place where we can give opinion. Like a million secretary general now, they don't agree like talk. We put your hand up there, the bazan. They don't want to hear our truth. They don't. So, especially we were small, let me say young political parties, because we're all they grow right now. It's baffling. So it is convenient for them to say at times, all political parties, look inside there. Right now, they want to deregister as many of us as possible, especially those of them on the way, not they clap and sing. Yes. If you look this new amendment, it is a roadmap to a one-party state. And I can say, when I read the thing, as I tell you, I don't learn one lesson, and that is engagement. If na war, Ilekuna Kiluna Sefte, Hiroshima drop, Nagasaki drop, at the end of the day, it is the conference table. So I wrote a letter to the Attorney General to have a meeting with him. And he was gracious enough to eventually have a meeting with me. And I told him, I said, this amendment, with all due respect, is a roadmap to a one-party state. I said, even this amendment, errors the day. I produced my own assessment of the entire bill, 56 pages, in on social media. I left him a copy on his table. But there is no forum. You only call political parties when it is done and dusted, to quote Edmond Alpha. When it is always done and dusted. When the nitty-gritty is being done, when at that place there you for call we, let not come. Me, I don't want self this one where they make give me fried rice, chicken, and cassava leaves. Give me transport. They ask me, what now you need number? I said, what you want me need number for? For give you transportation. I said, I don't need it. I don't need it. Una call we now, let we come with we angry belly, with we empty pockets, that we can bring with sense. Let us begin to make an input into some of these laws that you are passing. When it is convenient, you go back to the Kawan report. Now, this very same amendment, it was about 4 weeks earlier, and I will go this last month at Bufis Hotel. When I can pass this amendment. So all you said at that Bufis Hotel was just una then don't incorporate now into an amendment which you know say the road for like most of them in the past is we name for everybody in the country who are of voting age. So what are you doing with the law? What are you doing with the legal processes? What are you doing with the Constitution? You know, the Constitution, man, our Bible. You know, one grain no go grab you, one grain one change, go through everything. So, for me, I find it extremely frustrating. Very, 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 I don't mean to say I will feel frustrated, say I throw my hands topic, why bother? I dig my heels in and I say, let us continue. Some of us will talk, whether they listen or they don't listen. We go come for talk. We go continue for talk. I mean, that's why some of us find ourselves arrested, because they don't want to hear our truth. You know, so for me, I don't even know how to answer your question. We are included as convenient. We are excluded as convenient. Our opinion is seldom factored into anything that is done. Seldom. I can even say never. Because even when the president wrote, he said if they ask for review, you send a letter to us dated the 10th. It is delivered on the 11th. You say 3 days from the date of this letter, you don't get review as to whether we support you making Edmond Alpha the chairman of ECSL. So basically, you gave us 24 hours. Me, inside 5 hours. I deliver inside 10 hours. I wrote, and I wrote my reasons. Not say, okay, we don't get two people that will say no. It's simple. Let me call them two people here will say no. Let me come to a round. If you are interested in having an end of election in 2028, you dey call me, you say, Unakala can engage. But look when you young, what's make you not agree? What's make una self not agree? There was no further engagement. As a letter, they invite you to with Edmond Alpha. I wrote back, I declined. I declined the invitation. We will have our interactions at the PPLC, which are the designated meeting places. There's no need for me to come now and you come and you are taking pictures and take a photo of Unity Party meeting never. No. We'll go PPLC meeting. We'll go talk. I said, because it appears as if our input was not of any significance to HE. It appears as if your hiring was done and dusted. So what you are calling me to meeting now for go see? What you are like? For say waiting. All the promises that you are making, you're not just making them to me. You're to the nation. Free and fair elections, transparent elections. No, you don't have to make promises to the party. Those are commitments that should people of Sierra Leone. So if they claim say nobody else not there at this one old Sierra Leone, we're competent for being chairman of ECSL, we sit down the look. If you want to now when you don't pick this man as the chairman, now you for experience. Okay. When we sit down, if he has what he says he has in the letter, the thing of fairness, and what in the put fairness and responsibility, something in the letter, it will become clearly apparent. The first meeting will they know. Because you are now, there are many factors that gives us pause why we are not in support of you in that position. Not you as an individual. I'm sure you are a lovely man, a lovely boyfriend, whatever, lovely uncle. Not about that. But in that key position, you are part of the cabal elections that were flawed. For Tucker. So there are political parties by different cadre, different type. So now, so we say na Unity Party.
All right.
Love us, hate us. See.
Well, I fully appreciate that, ma. Mr. Mengot, let's see what you get for say, because I will just want briefly just say, listening to the Attorney General, he talked about the APC. They say they not get much role in what's happening, but this started under President Kaba. I see the Attorney General being disingenuous about the whole thing, because the current government gets an affirmative duty, regardless of what President Kababi and President Kuruma do or not do. They are not in power now. The affirmative duty is on this current government for make sure that for posterity, things must be done in the appropriate way so that we don't have to revisit the abnormal, awkward situation there all the time. So this is where I do not understand. And the other thing, some of the issues being raised now, it seems to me, I don't know how APC see it as advantageous to them. They are selling themselves down or putting themselves down the rabbit hole. If they go along with this, they will never, APC will never, ever, it's a commonsensical thing, they will never come to power. And a common sense nowadays. So I don't even know what amount of greed we could take them over where they cannot see which the issue where you raise the Unity Party. Then it's in the best interest for make sure the smaller parties are protected. You know, because we've seen ample evidence that in years gone by when there were elections, the smaller parties made a difference by switching side, by supporting the other party. Then the smaller parties had the balance of power. Because we get evidence of that. So I do not understand that. But again, let me allow my colleague and my co-host for say something, because he's a man who has so much. I don't want him to have a heart attack. He has so much to say. I gotta let him talk. So Mr. Mengot, back to you, sir. I'm just joking.
Madam Cole, I think this is very interesting because I talk about the different angle where this constitutional review get. Because we Attorney General, it talk from say Pakaba to Anescoma to Ion. But one thing where I want to remind people of, and I want to let you throw some light into this for we. Because this is the second attempt that this particular government they make a constitutional review. True or false?
True.
If you remember, the first constitutional review we didn't do, it consisted of mostly government people, and then we get a government white paper, and all throughout the Attorney General in discussion, he not ever mention that in there. Then I want you three plate I want you. You not ever mention them. But then in first constitutional review, we produce a white paper, they may show you the people that we be contest, we be contribute to them. And I don't ask a question. This constitutional review we then do, apart from the so-called people that we then come with and say they get expert opinion. Uda and Uda sit down with this Attorney General in the terms of transparency. We draft, then tear with them put before we. Then at the second question. The third question, where I want, it is on record. People then go challenge because me can participate in their morning show. I remember asking the Attorney General, and this is one of the controversy. I said, if you want to do constitutional review, you cannot do it in piecemeal. Why? Because some of the clauses them, now entrenched clause, the others are not entrenched clause. So I said to them, I asked that question there. I said, in particular, how you know one do them? Now he said, they not decided. He said, yes, not true. I think it's going to be liberty. Say they go do a complete constitutional review and come with a new document. So how come now after lunch you want give me? What do you think about this approach and what I don't say so?
If you watch the one way they don't pull, its impact is zero focused on the elections. Zero focused. I mean, that document I read and say I nearly get cross here. Look at certain provisions that they want to change. One is very format for hiring the commissioner for people, ECSLO, where they're talking about a search and nomination committee. Why is anybody shocked? Say before that can we never far from implementation safe. But before that can even become a thing, it don't make it some put to that want. So look, the road that we are on is, the path is very clear. You do not need to have a PhD. You don't need to even have WASC to see the path that we are heading on. So it is a case of they're going to pick those that are convenient from the Cowan report, and even those from the Cowan report, the things where then they say even the tripartite that are reworked, they don't change them. So the areas that are convenient to ensure, look, these amendments matter. You have a legal mind. I read it page to page, cover to cover, line by line. I did a complete assessment of it. If anybody other than the ruling party wins, they will stay in power till thy kingdom come. There are so many back doors to this new thing where the one pass. There are so many back doors that we will be in a state of litigation forever and ever. Amen. Even when they don't go round the mulberry bush, up the circle, down the river, up the valley, we go back now and say for the new election. Unlike first past the post, where only the two contenders run, everybody enters the race again. One spoiler candidate who can be paid from any side can in perpetual state of elections. The power stays with the it. When I read that bill, they fine. There are tactics embedded into, we're nothing for do with Cowan report. I highlight all the pitfalls. I put it in a 56-page. They're all over the place. As I left one at the Attorney General office, I said this will keep us in perpetual litigation. Perpetual, because a winner will not announce automatically like it is done in first past the post. Parliament is not dissolved automatically anymore. Read the document fine. This is the roadmap to an SLPP entrenching themselves in power. But
in perpetuity.
Not older votes, now that count. Then tell me, Dandy, that's a part of the facts that were made. Not older votes, now that count. Now not older count, now that announced. Attire.
Mr. Chilon, you got anything? I want to ask Madam Cole something. Where also now control, where I think say, because now go back to this book will say Constitution. Because for me, I'll commend you because you are the first person we bring unto your attention about this constitutional review. The document. Because it was not openly available. Because according to Constitution, they say when it comes to this constitutional amendment, you get for publication twice in the Gazette. I remember Usman Timbobi asked the Attorney General about that. He produced two gazettes them. I think say one will be even Christmas Eve. So the dates. So are we sure that this constitutional amendment was published twice in the Gazette before? Okay. That's fine. Now, the other thing
one published copy na no more me get.
Now one day you get.
Now one. And that if you see how I'm champ, in fact, why they come me bags and not come and it all lost inside me bags. So I get for fair way forget a second copy. This entire not only that, it is clear in the Constitution seeking to amend that things that anything for do with election, anything must go to a referendum. But wait, if I see you boss cry, I pass a look here and not let you because you were I slap you back, you boss cry. I don't get power you. So when they go together in a parliament and decide say we they do PR, we boss cry. Now they want entrench the PR now. And they cannot claim that the public way Cowan been do that. So now people and they Cowan talk to don't die. Then tell me they do that report. I think now few people they no more get cell phone. We're not in a social media. They're clinging to the Cowan report as the beacon of what they want to do in 2026. It's inappropriate. We are now dealing with a different world, not just under social media, not just under IT, but that same man in a village in a free talk those days are gone. We are now with a more sophisticated illiterates with common sense, illiterates. So you take what you did 10 years ago and use them for say, now this way they can do. The election of 2020 has taught us all a very, very hard lesson. So it get for go back to who that vote matter. But when I not go announce results whilst they were still counting. I think it is okay. Then beg, then plead. We try to negotiate for you to post the results as they were coming in. Refused. How did you do the relations? When who went to council? Let us see the math. Some of us can add and subtract. Una show with the math. How una calculate the ratio? They refused. How did you assign the seats? They refused. So a lot of noise that should have been made. And I get APC party them, like I get one or two people then at the SLP people I get high respect for. I can always the alert say from 2023, there were certain things that we should be paying attention to. Yes, there should be a flag bearer race going on, but that should be going on in the background. It should not be front and center of every conversation. There should be things that should be put in place. But as I say, we were not part of the tripartite. If me be the part of tripartite, I tell you for true, then if I don't make a vote of no confidence for pull me as commodity. Because there are certain things, for me, when the Constitution says for you to hire a chairman of ECSL, after consultation with political parties, the drafters, they think. Now, this parliament, no more. This parliament and the last parliament, and they no more know what the meaning of consultation is. It is not Greek, not Latin. So, if at all there is discrepancy over the meaning of consultation, then instead of write a whole new paragraph where the group of people in a nomination committee contains all walks of life except for political party people. What is your motive? May I ask? Religious council, are they au fait with what goes on in the political ramifications? Women's movement, are they? Who chooses these people who head these places? The president, under it has pleased His Excellency. All those positions, when they go pick the people and for Canada, such a nomination committee, have political affiliations. So it wasn't broken. It was only cracked. What do we need now for buy Aradites? Let's see how we dey patch them. Let us put a few clarification. Political parties must come together, must nominate 4 names from which the president can choose. If the president is unable to choose from that 4 names, the committee can go back, hang heads, and present another 4 names. No, una no buy Aradite, una no patch am. Instead, una take una smash and bang. Una say now they can get 2 from this, 2 from this, 4 from Dande, 10 from Dande, 6 from Dande, and no political party representation at all. So it was only cracked. Now jam person go mistake German, because prior to that, other presidents consulted. So now una don't even una don't smash up. Una come up with something where, because of its defect, you rush, you go pick one thing. I tell you so.
Okay, man. I just want to put something on record. I don't know if Mr. Sheila wants to say anything, but I want to put something on record before I go to the next very important thing. Mr. Sheila, do you want to say anything? I just want to put something on record, refer to the Kawan report.
Okay, very quickly, sir. Very quickly.
Okay, Madam Cole, are you aware? Are you aware that under the Kawan report, because me said don't read them, because me I train for look at document, and I ask people like you see, the t-shirt I wear here now, you get Houses of Parliament of the UK. I don't get them for years. This is based on the 8-year where I served it. But in the Kawan report, are you aware that when they talk about this selection of the ECSL commissioner, the SLPP, the party position at the time, was they no want the president for choose them. You get forget a membership committee where include all political party when at them for choose this man. So what you feel say, you know, feel say a mischief where at that time when the particular party say they don't want waiting, then they do so now. Why the political parties them and in particular the APC not bring that up, let people they understand. Then I mean key question I ask, because if they refer to Kawan report, and some of we don't read the report them, they not being like say they get selective amnesia. What I mean by that for Creole, you know where somebody they form forgets.
Yes. Forget
So what you take on that before I go to one important thing where we will talk about if before Mr. Shilon in inside with your own talk, sir. Over to you, Mr. Shilon. Or Madam Cole, you want to respond to that, then Mr. Shilon inside?
I agree with you. It is mischief. No, it's bigger than mischief. Mischief not a cause problem. Mischief not a closed democratic space. It is bigger than mischief. It is manipulation.
I was just going to remind the audience, please, if you're listening and if you have any comments or any contribution for make, the lines are open. Just call in, and you're welcome to throw in your ideas or whatever you have to say. So back to you, Mr. Mengot. Back to you, sir.
Well, Cole, you've been talk about this one party thing. One of my greatest fear, because one thing where I look and the other thing where I remember, and based on my parliamentary experience, both the fact that inside one of the constituency, one of the recommendation of this thing, I feel so as we can say the game don't play. Because we see say them push census till the end of this year. And there's a recommendation in that report we say you cannot use any census data with less than 24 months before the election. Yeah, and if you don't get census data according to what we argued the last term, you can't do constituency. You can't do constituency boundaries. And if you not do constituency boundary, it means that they will go back to section 38A of the constitution for bringing this PR. You not feel say the game don't finish? How in as political parties them go handle this situation? Because definitely we're not gonna get that census day. And for now, we not get constituency boundary because the last what's in called decennial census when every 10 years have been 2015. So this is now 26. So you don't pass 10 years. So what's in a view on that? And you don't feel to say and that they not ever change, even if they pass the constitutional review. That census data they useless. What do you think about that?
I quite agree with you. And you know, the manipulation of the game has been ongoing. And like we saw the arrest me for sake of census. The second time they old me, I be over census, or the first time, me not remember myself again. Now be over the census. Where we couldn't, there was no justification or adequate preparation, both technical and manpower wise. There was no preparation for that census. Consequently, the data from that census was unusable. It was unusable. And we all did. That was one of my arguments. Why do we not begin to work now, put things in place, have a comprehensive census in 2025? Right now, what they tell you, so they're not going to write all things at my own gates, like say they count me, and they're not go inside there, they're not ask question. So I get for go, they go ask, at the snap them, like go ask na the office, say, what's in this way when I write na my gates, what does it mean? Because nobody entered it. So what we're going to have is a replay of what happened in 2023, but with perfection. All the hiccups would have now been perfected. And that we can forget.
Now,
If the game is over, it's up to all of us in the opposition. If we are accepting that the game, but look, I mean, I don't know. And I tell you something, Mr. Mengot. For me, I used a lot of my time, my energy, my space in investing in COP. But I am sad to say that those who should have really put an on the COP, not just the APC, but I think if I for just come to a conclusion, I can only say that we all go into politics for different reasons. Me also right now, if then they give me $10 for any person say, Mamikol can join APC or can join whichever party, I would be a wealthy woman. I can tell them, somebody called me just last week. I said, do you know why I'm in politics? Before you ask me for go join, because the meaning behind it is can't join, you go get position, or can't join, you go get say, or can't join for let you go get power. I said, I not enter into the political sphere for like get work. I not join, put me head inside politics, me soul, me head, me heart, me brain. This body, I not put all inside politics for like a post. Minister of X, Y, or Z. I go inside politics because I feel that there should be change and there could be change. But when you are in a situation with others whose goals are different to yours and they begin to see you as some kind of a competition instead of a co-builder, we will cut our noses and spite our own faces. I tell you truthfully. I can look, even within the APC, I can look them fet over, how they call them, electoral justice and this. I observed the whole conversation. Observed. I did not participate. I observed. And in my observation, I was shocked that electoral justice became an entity on its own, and the APC agenda or whatever became something on its own. When in reality, in my naivety, I saw that the two were one. That's how come those two ideologies could not be incorporated into one solid message. Where we are now with this new bill, this amendment, it is electoral injustice. So, but these two camps separate. Is it that I am naive? Because waiting they all inside here is electoral injustice. I am not supporting any particular person other than Unity Party, but two no get on name. And where we are heading now, it is a slippery slope, totally down electoral injustice. I witnessed injustices. Me, they almost locked me up past street and during voter registration. Just voter registration, no more. Where people were being disenfranchised. That is where the injustice began. No, it began from census. It came to voter registration. Why aren't we speaking with one voice, with one choir master as opposition? So, look what you they say earlier on. So, you are abstaining from parliament now. What is the end game? And there comes a point where the opposition must work together. The SLPP have been very strategic. They don't capture the opposition other than probably me and NPD. They have captured them. They sing when they want them to sing. They give them the hymn sheet and they sing. Even the PMDC that was is now part of singing for this. So, I don't know.
Madam Cole, if you will hold your thoughts, let me just take a call, then you can resume. Hello, caller. What's your name? What's you call from? Hello, caller.
Salone and Madam Cole. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. I just want for with you, of course. Not surprised. I always say come in event
cast their shadows.
Shadows. Regarding always I don't talk. And I remember I said some time ago, if I go back to those programs, I tell you I say the delaying tactics or the way the government now in part do whatever amendment them pass, none of them provision then the current president why implement at the seat of power. Now for whoever get sit down at that seat three. So even with the census, some time ago, I tell you, I give you the timelines. I said there is every possibility that census result. Where would they expect so for 2025? They're not going to implement them for the and now we don't see because looking from the day time when they hold this 2026 results come out 2027, mid 2027 or late 2027. Election don't come 2028, so it is impossible for that. I mean, they read one book where It is about competitive authoritarianism. You give a lot of examples of countries where they go through that competitive authoritarianism day. Where they talk about, say, democratic exists, parliament exists, the judiciary exists. They say, but they're routinely abused by incumbents. So there is would they say democracy sort of it'll be like a facade. We get all the democratic institutions, the judiciary, we get election body, we get the Pprc, we get the PCSL, all those democratic are existing. But the incumbent, the abuser, it's an uneven field. We don't tell you about say I say then two parties here, Alassane and Al-Assad. Then politics is full of deception, chicanery, substitute, and shenanigans. Now them politics two they two political chicanery, political shenanigans, and political subterfuge. And the two political paper. And I go ask you a question at the end of the question. Me don't appeal when they appeal to the government. When you get the opportunity, and also still like when we can say for commit sin, it's sweet. But when they catch you on that city, the consequence can always great. So it's good for let themselves don't say the 1991 constitution and snake constitution. If they fail for change the constitution, Tijan drag in foot for Duam 1997. Now the same repetition and the president they do so now back. And APC do the same mistake when they say then they leak them now. If they fail for pass this constitution now, power they always change hands. Then go regret the actions. And not say for fine. Because the question Sri Lanka always talk say now presidential beneficiary. President Bio go talk say not only me write the 1991 constitution, but they benefit because of bad constitution. So it not get it not there in a hurry for that. The question I go ask you now, this constitutional amendment where they don't say so, especially the aspect or select the Electoral Commissioner and Chief Electoral Commissioner. Is there anything stated in the Tripartite Agreement where say na stricto sensu waiting then at the Tripartite Agreement now in them for introduce the Parliament and it the Parliament bound for accept or reject that constitution that amendment in Parliament that are they mandatory for accept that amendments they were in the table or they reject? And if they reject, what will be the action of political parties? For example, let us say they go with the proposal. We say they will set a sack and nominating committee. Then they reject that. They total. What will be the reaction of political parties? Madam Femi Claudius, I need all three answers to that. But thank you.
All right. Before, thank you so much. Thank you for calling, and we appreciate the question. Just let me just say the answer to your question, to me, will be yes, because in the legal profession, there's another caller. But let me just make this comment very quickly. The thing, the disappointment with back home, the legal profession itself, is the lack of creativeness or creativity or resourcefulness, legal resourcefulness in we lawyers then. The Constitution is the only body upon which you can anchor for right now. And lawyers are finding difficulty trying to understand that Parliament is not supreme. The Constitution is supreme. It is the Constitution as the number one law. Parliament doesn't have the power nor the right to just make laws that way they abridge the Constitution. We have to take that into account. So because of that, I see no reason why more cases are not being taken to the courts. Regardless, don't worry about the outcome. Una do una your due diligence. Una your due diligence for challenge the system whenever it go awry or it go off course. Let the judges, if they want to make a mockery of themselves or of the judicial system, they are welcome. Everybody get a role to play. Because, you see, I remember when I was as a young trial lawyer, when I had a case before a jury, and God knows I had a share of million, civil litigation as well as criminal, I get a formula that I followed because, first of all, the lawyers are allowed to pick a jury. You get what you call jury selection process. So I always, just to fast forward, after we don't go to the trials and all this kind of thing, at the end of it all, I wanted the jury to know what their role is in that courtroom, which is different from the role of the judge, which is different from the role of the prosecutor, which is different from the role of the defense attorney or attorneys. You got to educate the people and let them understand the role. If you do that, you carry your duty to the ultimate expectation. So I always would tell the jury, I've done my job. I've explained to you people, this is when I'm closing. I don't explain to you how the system works because I don't expect you to know the system just coming here sitting on the jury. I mean, it's my job as an officer of the court to explain to you. Then I also, particularly in criminal cases, I always make sure that the jury see they are the ultimate decider in that courtroom. They get more power than the judge. The judge was just the referee, but not to the judge get the ultimate say-so with respect to the outcome. Una the jury now una get up. And you do that to empower the jury, let them know their role. And I found in my experience, when you let the jury know that they are in charge in that courtroom with respect to the outcome, you get justice. So my thing is, lawyers, you do not get no choice. Go to court, bombard the system. Let the judges pile the cases to thy kingdom come. That's fine. When I play your role, like I used to play my role as a trial lawyer. Well, I tell the jury, hey, this is your time. For when I do due diligence, my client there on the hands. Go ahead. In this moment, you are more powerful than the judge. You are more powerful than the prosecutor. And I also used to remind them about one thing. I let the jury know that, but for me, the attorney, my client has a whole system against them, the government. So you get to explain how the system they work. So I'm disappointed at with lawyers them not using the legal profession as they should. That's an instrumentality that should be used. Don't worry about the outcome. If the court wants to make a ridicule of themselves, let them do it. But you as a lawyer, your job, go to court. So all this thing will, Madam Claudius Colote, in anticipation of the shenanigans we think, take preemptive action. Let the court continue to rule against you guys, but don't wait until it happens and then you want for challenge. Sometimes, you can take what you call preemptive strike. Make I use the injunctive relief process. But this is all I can say, because as a lawyer, that's all I can think of. In a democracy that is about to be corrupted by short-sighted people, people don't have any regard for posterity, You know, people who think, I mean, for instance, for a democracy to survive, there has to be the belief that the opposition can become a government. The system must run in such a way because the opposition is a government in waiting. So where you have the opposition conniving with the party in power, it's so highly disappointed, I don't even know what to say. Because some of the issues that we would raise, now, APC and therefore be passionate about it, but as I've always said, I've repeated that over and over, I've always seen APC and SAPP as two sides of the same coin. Two sides of the same coin. No matter when you flip them, whether it ends up on tail or heads, the value are the same. So this is the main disappointment for Sierra Leone, because the job should not be, all this effort should not be made as to how we don't want the system for work. The effort for be how we want the system for work. So as we in America, we praise the founding fathers, the Thomas Jefferson them, we will hope generation yet unborn will one day praise the people that were in power, where they try to set the system in such a way that it will work and it will survive the test of time. But it's so disappointing. Anyway, again, let me go back to my colleague. Mr. Mengo, I'm sorry. You know.
No, sir, no, sir.
Sometimes I see myself standing in front of the jury because it does. I mean, I just go back to that mentality there. Let me answer one call.
But are you not just interject really quick? Are you aware that we have now removed trial by jury from Sierra Leone altogether? I
oppose that. It's ridiculous. It's senseless.
It has been done already.
I oppose it. I raised the issue.
What does that tell you? Where are we going? That's rabbit hole they talk about. Not to go with the system. Now inside with this, so now dance the dance.
The jury system that was tested for centuries, we just decide say
has been abolished.
Yeah.
They not get money for them. They get money for all other things. We get money for all other kind of things, but we not get money for safeguard that. It is done.
Justice.
So it's
hello, caller. Hello, caller. What's your name? Which side you call from?
Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
From Sierra.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
You get me?
Yes, clear.
Okay, sir. Madam Cole, I hope you hear me, and I tell you thank you when you come tell your brother about them so-called political opposition political parties and within a salon. I tell them, see, those are no political parties where they oppose government, not opposition party. Then they end up they collect something for them who cook in a house. They have never been, apart from Femi, and sometimes then I don't know whether that NYPD we call or the Salvi. And before you get NDC, you get C40 will oppose. From the time they don't buy them for the election, they have never been a time really oppose government policies. Now only the APC and Madam Pool and the oppose government policies. Those people, those are political parties, they use the one them banned it. And the other point I want to put again, you talk about say the APC and they get two factions, then they know them all for get to watch the crowd justice. Madam Cole, if this thing don't get a good result, na Samura na for don't champion, but I felt heated. But if you come up on that table day, come on that table day, you come with another concept. Now the problem come. Because na Kenya, the same thing happened. They cheat bonically. Now they go make agreement. The Maori cheat when I Raila, na the champion for reform na Kenya until he dies. But we, I don't know now. Free demand, free. He come on that table late without what he want. Now he can't be talk about something in abstract. You know, see that effectively. Now they SLP to capitalize on. And I don't know, they accuse him, say, you don't take from that man or an accomplice to that man, when a Bio and Samura. But if the opposition fail to get power, Samura gets a very big part in that. Because if the focus for them be all what they go agree upon for implement them. And if you stand before, nobody no will get mind or tell them this nonsense when they talk say na gentleman agreement. No. Because if the international community come out, because they can't put the laws there, because the dispute was electoral election dispute. Now make the one that wouldn't come from outside. Now we can't put the laws there where other countries they practice. Make them put up a winning election there so that next election will come out la. But they're going at the table, they don't do all kind of things, they don't agree. Now what happened? The man who was champion, he go the other way, he lost, he hide. Now we will all the head now at the starting table for the same thing, because these guys are not budging. They do what they want and they don't want accountability. Now this me want to put that table. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and very quickly, the gentleman who called before Mr. Mustafa, he actually questioned, I think the question was whether the Tripartite Agreement enforceable. I can say an agreement is always enforceable, but it's challengeable. I don't think you just can just force it on Parliament. It can be objected to, stopped, because any agreement is either enforceable or unenforceable. So it can be either way, So it's up to the other side whether they're against which in the Tripartite Agreement. Again, they can go to court and challenge the enforceability of the agreement, if at all. So that's all I got to say to the gentleman we called. The enforceability can be challenged. I think so. There's another caller. Let me take that also, please. Hello, caller. Which name your name? Which side you call from?
Yes, sir. How are you, sir? My name is Alusain. I call from Maryland.
Hey, Mr. Alusain, thanks for calling.
I want to give you opinion.
Yeah, go ahead.
This tripartite, I personally believe, say, APC don't get exactly what they want. That is the first, the agreement for national unity. For let them drop all the corruption thesis. Let them release them, prisoner them. Don't make them go to Parliament, let them get them back the money. But the way they come out now, they don't lie too much for the people and say, number one, they hand over power back, give Samuel Kamara. Number two, whether they pass them, say them for, they say they install, they pull Mother Build and give Samuel Kamara that power day. That lie they don't complete now. Now the other don't believe. They believe, say, every 10 years, party for power for change on. They don't like it, but they pull them. Now they make they don't get beaucoup presidential candidates right now. And the presidential candidate, they believe one thing say, it's 1991 constitution, like the best would ever happen in that country today. If anyone would get power, they go enjoy that power wouldn't get. They're not serious for this tripartite anymore. They don't get exactly what they want. So what they look forward to right now, this power they can't change on. So one party go into that 1991 constitution power, president do enjoy, so Jan Kabado enjoy, with former president enjoy. They don't believe in the court system. No, they believe in the court system only when they have power. Yeah, because where an Escoma used in power for sacrifice president, they believe that the court system is going to be good thing. But from where they left, and where ECOWAS come, when they say that the wrong thing they do, then condemn them. They say that the young citizens are the best. But recently, and the Escoma, where they accuse her for coup plot, that failed coup. They go to the same court back, you know, believe that they go get a reason for making left. They say, So if they choose what's good for you, what's not good for you, that means they not believe in the system. And I want to welcome to the constitution and the ruler country. They governance they change, but the governance they always do in the country. And the only party they change. Democrats go country, Republican, but Democrats it go always do. The governance system go always do. And you get for trust what you get. You get for work what you get. You earn that's what you get now. You eat. Tripartite now what you get now we eat for make it be for the future. The constitution now what you get right now. Now what you get for work with. Unless the parliament ratify that tripartite agreement, that is there will be reality. That means it will be reality. What we get now we earn for a part of the constitution. So the only thing we they talk is let them turn back, let them go back governance, let it continue before. Then let them manipulate the system, then they don't create problems in the country because that country they will do so. We don't come out too much. But not most they don't try it for cause problem. We not succeeded no more. They don't try. From 2018, they don't begin to try. Boku. Say after the second election, the 2023, they try back. According to the dynamic president from Nigeria, they like it today. And they left this kuskas business. And then put them parties together. We need serious opposition party. Look at that country go before. All right. If I reach an million answer, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for calling. To you, Mr. Mengot.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think, Madam Cole, you help me answer this question. Are you there?
I'm very much here.
Okay, now, the way I look this tripartite, and from a political point of view, and you don't then at the political space, me see the tripartite like who get 3 firestone. You know, so now we get 3 firestone, now you pot the well.
Yeah.
We Salone pot's not the well now. We know who side the 2 firestone day. Then at the APC and SLPP. The 3rd firestone. 9 people are not clear. 9 they don't know about. We not suicide and come on. And how long again, as you know, with that 3rd firestone day, they not ever engage you and other party them. And the other thing is, shall we continue for depend on our so-called immoral guarantors there for solve with problem? What do you think about that?
Me, if one phrase the way I hate pass all, na moral guarantor. It is a phrase that I detest with intensity. How I can guarantee you, I come up on na my own country, I left all my own trouble, I can't guarantee you your moral na your own country. If Sierra Leoneans cannot guarantee, we cannot guarantee our own morals, then we have a trouble. It is a phrase that I detest. And my opinion about our exclusions in this white thing, I think perhaps, I am guessing, this is not supposition. I get a feeling, say, one set went into it, or maybe 2 parties went into it thinking this was the way forward. And another set went into it thinking, let us just buy time. Let we just go in, let us form no more, let us go no more, let us buy time. Let all man steady. Let them not give it cause for begin work water cannon, they fire people there, they shoot people there. So let us go through no more. Let's go through the motions. You get me? I think some went into it with that mindset. Say, let us go no more, let us go. You sit down no more. You know, those are state house you sit down. So you sit down, let us try. Don't follow there. That is my opinion. Because if it was an arrangement that you went into with your heart, your soul, your spirit, and your commitment to the people, you go begin for look certain things and they say, let we not pass it for clarity's sake, for transparency's sake, for inclusivity's sake. Make her do this, make her not do this. Instead, what you see is very interesting dynamics with the SLPP at times throwing the APC under the bus, saying Now APC na the same for pool political party that will not win 20% of the election, 2 consecutive elections. They say na APC o. Then president say, me and a team are not agree for.
There we go.
You understand? So who's playing who for a fool? Now make at some early stage of this program, I said my focus now is on Unity Party. There are areas where it is unavoidable that I must cast my opinion. And like the caller before this way say, it was a crazy concept. I am not supporting the electoral justice faction or the this faction. I think all factions are dumb. If you cannot understand what is at the core of a fair, transparent, credible elections, if there is no role for justice in our electoral systems, na faction business that one day. As I say, call me naive. So, for say it's a new concept, it's laughable. Because that concept is going to come back to haunt every last voter in Sierra Leone.
Yep.
In real time. In real time. And there are so many issues that I was raising and they raise still. But everybody seems to be monofocused. It's dangerous. So, what we don't decide in a Unity Party is we're going to keep our eye on the balls that are important to us, that will impact what happens to the man when not get microphone, when woman when not get speaker, when not get person for kind interview. What do you think? So we are going to be focused on that. We don't want a repeat of what happened to us in 2023. All our affairs are going to be fully on our website. Nobody know they go na media go lie. Unity Party. Now, if you see we book, Mr. Mengot, we book system don't change. I don't know if I've been getting near me now. Before we been get a copy book, a ledger, where we carry letter go give you. You they sign, they put the date you sign. Order receive the letter is signed. But shall I tell you, we have changed our method. Now, the very document we can give you, now the end with the print a book. I hereby receive this document on this date from this person. So we are trying to build Unity Party's solid foundation. And I always tell the executives all over the country is that the strength of our foundation will determine the continuity when I am dead and gone. Hey, you need diet. I say, if you know, sign and give me 110. If you don't know, then no plan. So let us build a very solid third force where we keep our eyes focused primarily on why we are in politics. Who are we trying to elevate in our political aspirations? Is it ourselves? It is not a task. Who they pencil right now, because all man gets your own vision of where I become parliamentarian, what I go do, where I become councillor, what I go do. And for try for manage their aspirations, then therefore let them be grounded in reality. It's a huge task. But now one way, it's a calling for me now. It is beyond a vision, beyond a mission. It is now a calling. I have to accomplish it. I want for where I lay down on my coffin, I have a smile on my face, knowing I'm leaving behind a very strong, cohesive, well-grounded Unity Party. So I am a little bit more careful or more reserved in getting into the machinery of other political parties. Issues that impact the common man, I will become embroiled in. But other than that, I try for really focus we attention and we strategies on how do we make things better. and any issue where we feel to say go really close the democratic space with the honing on them, with the zeroing on them, with the hammer them, and will not hesitate. Now make a write to the AG, say, I want to see you. I want to leave you with I tell you. Well, I go PPRC, I talk to the PPRC chairman. I say, let we talk. Because tomorrow, you not to chairman of PPRC, me not to chairman of Unity Party. We are going to be just two citizens. And we're looking at the Sierra Leone that we want for Lewi Grand Pikin to inherit. You don't want your kids fighting with my kids. When they go out in the public, they're Sierra Leoneans. And we therefore begin to build that foundation there so that the violence and the bitterness and the unnecessary, even from the legal standpoint, where you talk about you being so disappointed in where we're going as a judiciary. And there's only one way that institutions are going to change and be put on the right path in Sierra Leone. Even if we have a program every 15 seconds and talk on these issues, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. In fact, we see things getting worse. We see the fracture of the legal profession into the law society and bar association. And we see all that happened. And they say, well, me, I know they take lawyer again for any case when me get to a defect for myself. Because I saw how theirs transpired. And I did lawyer than this. These are the judges of tomorrow. Not NABF. So I'm like, I'm going to fight my own battles within reason, obviously. I speak with my tongue in my cheek. But for me now, it's like the situation is getting so bad, where even within closed circles, people are afraid for talk. They're afraid for talk. They're afraid for give their opinion. Me get somebody with tap America, I can't salon. I don't say I'm na beach one day. We go do some walkathon with KDY. Now go bracket and a beach. I said, hey, you did tongue. In Femi, with your politics, are afraid for come to you. So he's afraid to come to my house because of my political work. That is a sad day. A very sad day. So, I mean, I don't know. They can say, waiting are you last word, waiting are you this, but I really am just prayerful and think that everybody get for become involved. If we all shy away, we have a problem. We all get for just become involved. We really do.
Okay, let's throw one last challenge to you, right? Mm-hmm. Madam Cole, we know say this bill don't go parliament. Mm-hmm. They don't talk about, you know say this bill don't go parliament. They don't talk about position paper. But one of the things the way people they don't know, say in parliament, we get what they call public petitions committee, where people can come together and make a public petition and something them for here in a parliament. So not to all man go want able get that right there for do position paper. Will the Unity Party look at that up front and say, look, get all the people here, right? Even get a signature and support. Lord, put a public petition to parliament on this constitutional review based on, say, it is something that we believe will narrow the political space. What do you think about that? And how much trust you get in parliamentarians for do the right thing, because now they now will look up to. So now my last word.
I did a position paper. I did. I think me on one of the first one that we reach parliament. And I think sometimes they take for let the door no lock, let the door no jam. I just say I'm and they take for hold the door for let the door stay open. I not be know about this where you tell me so now. I think once the show is done, I would look into it. I do one where was very challenging, where I do on the splitting of Freetown. But I'm always game for a fight. So I would look into it and see the possibility. Now, the key question is how much trust do I have in the parliamentarians? None.
But my thing will be, it shouldn't matter. Just keep on the fight.
I am keeping on the fight. I am keeping on the fight. But when you are fighting the way I am on a battle right now, you have to weigh up. There are some battles that I would simply engage. But that was the beauty of COP. That was the beauty of COP. Because for a young political party like ours, we are challenging a lot. We are challenging a lot. So, I never cease to lament at the dormancy of COP. I am sad because that was something that I believed could make a difference. Opposition parties speaking with one voice was a unique concept for us in Sierra Leone. It was a unique concept. But like how this one grain bangle Sweden and is in one grain not go able shake. Now so COP in one grain not go able shake with just 2 political parties or 3. So we find ourselves and we lack Africa. We too lack that all man for himself, God for we all. No. There is power. Even yesterday or whenever it was, I did an interview about women in politics. I said the numbers matter. When they want for pull this judge by jury, I do interview and pull and trial by jury.
Yeah.
I'm like, if not for trial by jury, and this man for still then at cell where and say go State House. It was the jury who saw the truth and said he was not guilty.
Yep.
I was up in arms. And even within COP, I know the kind role where I play along with Dr. Dennis Bright for challenge issues, for bringing the whole of these amendments to the forefront was almost like a one-woman effort. I begin saying that to people, you know, don't see this. It was being passed quietly. So, Mr. Victor Mengot, let me have the details. Let us see. But our time is now, I'm on such a time crunch. But that's not mean. If Natiwega for benefit the people, they make time.
Definitely. I will send you details of the public petition. It's something which was part of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, and we get an answer. I'll give you an example. If you remember, them paramount chieftain at the north, but that land, that mining land, where government, the paramount chieftain, it's on record. They made a public petition to Parliament saying that this land, they are the custodian of the land, and Parliament look into them. And it is in our laws that there is a public petition committee. Anything when our public interest, where you get a number of people, like when you get COP showing and then a different region, then come together and put that petition there. Even if Parliament not agree, then go get for listen to them by right. Because now waiting not happen, we don't do first reading. These are the first day I see we don't do first reading. And today, they not even talk about second reading of the bill. Because on the second reading, they get for deal with every clause in that bill there individually and vote for get 2/3 majority. And that is a monumental task. So this public petition, another way for draw parliamentary attention, say, don't leave the people out. These are the people in last hope, because they say position paper, not all men were able to do position paper. But in my own view and my own knowledge, a public petition is something that will make Parliament sit up. I must end there and left her over to my colleague there. I will follow up on that with you. And Mr. Shillon, if you ask Madam Cole, I'll say, and thank you very much for can join me. And if you get anything for say, over to you, sir.
No, that would be all. I cannot express the depth of our appreciation for the presence of Madam Cole we program today. We greatly appreciate you being here and give we all the time we will not be even expect say you could give it. So thank you so much, ma, on behalf of the presentation and the program. Thanks a lot. We welcome you back. Feel free to contact us anytime. I hope we'll be free to get back in touch with you. This will not be the last of encounters that we'll get with you. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
You're very welcome. The pleasure was mine. Thank you for the opportunity to air my voice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.